Hello everyone, Memory here. I am undergeared. This is my current gear now with 622 gear score. My way of calculating gear score is taking the average of my pre-awakening and awakening AP, and then add that to my DP, because I switch between succession and awakening all the time. Anyways, I'm in a bit of a trouble now, because recently my guild starts to push everyone's gear score to at least 630. Yeah, this is the kind of gear score you will need to fit in a siege guild, especially if you're not a caster or a zerker. Now, I'm 8 gear score away from the goal, and before they wanted the 630 gear score, I was actually planning to swap out my belt with either a Tungrat belt or even a Taurus belt. Probably a Tungrat belt at this point. If I do that, it will be a fairly big damage increase for me. But by doing that, I'm essentially paying around 14 billion for a -1 gear score. As a comparison, with that amount of money, I can buy a pen armor and get a +5 gear score instead. However, that 5 more DP will not make as much of a difference compared to the AP increase from the AP belt. So unfortunately I will have to go for the armor route for now once I get the money. And I'm pretty sure I will get it on the next episode, looking at the speed of me gathering silver passively. If you haven't watched my previous video already where I explained how I get 11 billion in a month by only playing the game for 1 hour a day, you should go and check it out. Pretty interesting data. It'll probably be in the description or somewhere in the recommended video. Anyhow, even with the +5 DP from the pen armor, I'm still 3 gear scores away from 630. For this, I will have to pray to RNGesus for now. Because if my Flame of Despair pre-order goes through, that means I can get my Pride Dead God armor, which adds exactly 3 DP. But if that doesn't work out in the short term, then I'll have to inject a huge amount of silver on Kefras into whatever gear that I have. I really don't want that to be the case though, because that means I'll have to waste quite a bit of silver later pulling out the Kefra stone. And yeah, in case you don't know, after the latest Kefra stone update, which is a while ago, if you extract Kefra stone from gear, you will get more Kefra stone back, but in return, the NPC will charge you quite a lot of silver. It works out to be similar in value in the end, but needing liquid silver every time you want to extract Kefra stone sometimes can be unexpectedly annoying. Anyways, the enhanced clip are back again for this video, so without further ado, let's roll the clip and enjoy. This is another not so lucky enhancement run. I'd say it's a bit below average. I ended up deciding not to continue for the penny enhancement because of it. You might think it's the same as always, but trust me, it's the magic of editing that makes this run looks okay-ish. For example, I used to start duo at around 25 stack on average, but now I have to use 30 or more stack to get similar amount of success compared to before. And so does the try enhancement, where I usually tap from 33 stacks. Now I have to start at around 40 stacks. I might be an outlier since the amount of enhancement I do is nowhere near sufficient amount of data to come to this conclusion. But I'm still gonna be suspecting that the rate has been secretly changed until I have better luck with enhancement. Anyways, another thing that is running in the background for me for a long time, which recently seems to be close to a finish, is my Karak. Currently, it's a few ruddy manganese nodule away from making my final piece of blue gear for the upgrade. Of course, I need to get all of them to plus 10 as well, which is probably gonna cost me another few billion silvers, but it shouldn't be too bad. From what I've heard, no one has really complained about the enhancement on these Karak gears, so that's why I'd imagine it's not gonna be too bad. If you have a Karak already, let me know how bad the enhancement was for you. I just wanna see what sort of RNG I need at the time of this year so I can decide on a date to start tapping them. And maybe even doing more pen attempts as well. After the Karak, the T9 horse is probably the only thing that's left that is a long-term goal for me. That's if the game doesn't hit us with another similar long-term goal content. I'm not even gonna think about T10 horse for now because that's basically untouchable for me at this point. I'm currently at 17 attempts for my T9 attempts, which is not exactly too bad yet. I'm expecting to get it at around 30 attempts, and I'm mostly using event materials. I never really go out of my way to pre-order or farm the materials, so at this pace I'm not too fussy about it being a little slow. So let's start the RNG section of the video with the T9 attempts. Enjoy! No successful T9 again, but the boxes are as juicy as always. At this point, I think these boxes are an essential part of the game now, along with the Oasis shop, where if you take these out, a lot of the people are gonna go broke, just like real life. Wait a minute. Some of you would have noticed that there were actually a little bit more boxes open than usual for this episode. And that is because I'm almost 2 months late on the update for this series, so I decided to cram a little bit more stuff into this one. I figured the other videos were a bit more important to pump out sooner, so they were put into the oven to bake first. What that does mean is that I can sorta read into the future, because the footage for the next episode is already saved in the project folder. While that is the case most of the time, this time I'm mentioning it specifically because the next episode will be a special one. I won't say anything more about it, but I'm sure most of you will like it. I can't promise when it'll be out because of real life, but I will try to get it out ASAP. Anyways, that's it for today. Like it if you subscribe, hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.